Hello friends, I'm going to try to do something I normally don't do, which is voice over a bunch of video. So today we had a super exciting day. Honestly, the guys that were working today probably don't care because it's like a normal day and this is what they do all the time. But this is our house that's being built and it's really neat to actually see it come together. What you're looking at is basically Pete and Dan. They're getting rid of the top layer of grass so that they can actually put gravel down. The intent today wasn't necessarily to put gravel down where the house was, where you can see that Kubota in the foreground. This is all driveway, and this is going to ramp up, like it's going to grade up towards the house. So that's Dan working on the back part. We do have some stakes in the ground at this part of the day, but we ended up getting a little bit more medieval with the stakes and actually staked out the entire thing. The coverall, that green building right there, is actually going to remain until the spring. So it looks like the plan is going to be to put a bit of gravel in it so that it's like stable. And then the guys who are working on it can actually use it throughout the winter. The different color gravel here was something I didn't even know about. So obviously different types of gravel compact differently and, provide a different stability. Grayer or dark gray stuff is more shale and flat. And what ends up happening is it loads better, kind of like how you would have a snowshoe. So you can see there's like large pieces there. Those large pieces lay flat, and as you apply load to them, they apply load differently. So you'd put that down and then you'd throw the larger crushed stone on top of it. And this will give enough stability that we can get large machines in there with lots of axle weight and it won't destroy everything. And then I'm assuming in the future, we can throw some lighter gravel on top of it. This is Dan. This is really funny because, you think a Kubota is like super comfortable, but you can actually see Dan tossed around there. And the guys were saying like, you do this for a day and it's like you were in a boxing match that you just were beat up. I was really impressed with all the level of fidelity that everyone had with the stuff. I, eventually would like to give it a try, but I don't think that I'm going to be as effective as these guys. Like you can see there, he just took off the top layer. I can't be trusted with this machine. I really like the Kubota. They're quite quiet, actually. I was really surprised. When it's using the bush hog, obviously it's going to be super loud because the PTO is going crazy and all that. What you can see here is all the stakes in the ground. Maybe not all of them. They're sometimes hard to see. But at the edge of the driveway there, you can see there's an orange stake. That's the edge of the garage. And then on the right, there's two. That's where the house corners. You'll have the garage frontage. The one in the back there is the end of the studio. And then the one to the left of it, right there, is the other edge of the studio. I don't have much else to tell you. The house is going to be pretty big. And you can see how much depth is there in the driveway. Once all that gets compacted, it's going to offer great drainage and a really solid location to park your car or drive up. And in reality, they were saying you could use dirt, but gravel is obviously superior, and I agree 100%. And again, where the house is right now, the way it's twisted and everything, we can keep the coverall up, which is really exciting for the whole winter. Again, it's a good shelter for being able to store the heavy equipment while it's not being used. And in the spring, we'll take it down and put it somewhere else. Really good progress. And again, 7 o'clock tomorrow, we're supposed to start again. When I say we, I'm going to be there. I'm not part of the we. I'm not the part of the people that are working, right? If you ever get a chance to build a house, it's a little stressful, but, if you have good people looking after you, you're in good hands and everything will come together. That was the update for the first real day of construction. And as you can see, pretty cool, right? Very cool.